All right, everybody, welcome back to Beans No Ball. Week 13 has wrapped up. Had a little bit busy, they've been holding me back at work, getting out pretty late, so we're getting this video out just a little later. But regardless, hope everyone had a phenomenal Thanksgiving. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Our picks weren't the best for this holiday slate, but we definitely recovered
Oh
through
no.
Sunday. We could get into all of that. I went 0 for 4 on these four holiday games. So I get to open us up since Christian, your Cowboys had the second Thanksgiving game. I'll open this up with the Packers and the Lions. And honestly, this statement made by the Packers, plain and simple. Start this off. Jordan Love, it started off looking a little shaky, had a rough first drive, but from there on, he just took off. Only 234 yards. Can you really say only? Sure, I guess. But overall, those four touchdowns. He just completely took over this game. The run game was kind of the opposite of it. It started out really good. They really established it in that first drive. But then Josh Jacobs really slowed down, didn't crack over 100. It's kind of, everything complemented itself in the end. But the true story of this game for the Packers was that defense. Jared Goff had no time to work with in the pocket. He was flustered anywhere he went. Michael Parsons, a big part of that, getting that crucial sack in the end to ice this game for the Packers, and now they're in second place in the North, right behind the Bears. That obviously we'll talk about in just a little bit. But for those Lions, I mean, it was doomed from the start. Amon-Ra getting that injury, he will likely miss that Cowboys game, which we'll probably get into soon. So another big blow for the Lions there. JMO, he was able to step up. Career high 144 yards. Still wasn't enough as realistically that pretty hampered O-line for the Lions, like I said before, did not give Goff any time to work with. Story again was those fourth downs. Dan Campbell, at some point, you live by the fourth down, by the fourth, but die by the fourth down, and at this point, you're dying by it. Two second half turnover on downs likely were the difference, still holding them back to in a 10-point game at this point. The Lions are going to have to find something at this point. And now they hold themselves in the third place in the North. Ragnow isn't going to be able to come back because he failed his physical, so throw that out the window. A lot of questions for Detroit moving forward.
Yeah, it definitely was a statement game for the Packers, especially with the last couple wins they have been getting. Haven't been too well, especially against the bottom feeders of the league. But as for the Lions, they got a really another pivotal game against my Cowboys this Thursday, which I will get into right now. But yeah, very great statement win for this Packers team, for the Lions team. And I believe Teron Arnold, I believe he will miss Thursday's game if I am not mistaken,
And
as of right
Kirby
now.
Joseph out for the year now too.
Kirby Jersey's out for the year, and then Amon-Ra's not practicing, so that is still going to be dated in to see what that is. But now moving on to my game. Thankfully, my Cowboys pulled this off against the Chiefs. So my Thanksgiving went pretty well, to say the least. But honestly, once again, it was another statement win for my Cowboys, keeping themselves alive in the playoff race. Currently at the 10th seed, they are not the 10th seed, excuse me, the ninth seed, which they are behind the Lions at the 8th seed. So that Thursday game's will be very pivotal once again. But scratch that. Back to this game. After that interception from Dak early in the first drive, he just locked in. And one thing about the Chiefs, right? Spags. You know how he loves his blitzes. You know how he loves those blitz packages. Dak Prescott was 10 for 12, 10 for 12, over 100 yards, two touchdowns, and that interception. So really getting over the blitz, getting over the pressure for Dak. That was obviously one of the big keys here. And then obviously George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb stepping it up. CeeDee Lamb saw those George Pickens receiver one allegations. He decided to lock back in, surpassed over 100 yards and a touchdown early on to get us back in the game. And one thing here, shout out the defense. Quinnen Williams, one of the big keys is on that front seven, really pushing forward and, getting the pressure to Mahomes when it really needs to be. We traded for him. He was the highest ranked run defender in the league, and that still shows right here. He is a really huge difference maker to this front seven. The secondary, still a little iffy. Trayvon Diggs, he's working his way back to the return on Thursday against the Lions. We'll see how he's going to play out. We'll see what shot he's got in store for him. But overall, really great game from this Cowboys team and really getting to pressure down against Mahomes where really need to be. One of my main concerns for this team still is, the defense still a little bit inconsistent and the offense in the red zone. That is still a huge, huge, huge problem for this Cowboys team. They need to know how to execute in the red zone, especially now knowing this Lions team, it is hungry.
Yeah, and then of course for the Chiefs, 6-6. You
Yep.
lose one of your best tackles in Josh Simmons.
Mhm.
It's looking bad to worse. Mahomes we're seeing vintage
Yeah.
Mahomes, and even that's not enough for the Chiefs. I mean, it's crazy to say that they might miss the playoffs after this, but it goes to show
They're
playing late into
they're
seasons.
yeah,
I'll let you
they
go.
are the 10th, they are the 10th seed right now. Currently right now the Steelers and the Texans are above them.
Which,
As of right now,
yeah,
the Texans are looking hot right now, especially with that defense. So it's gonna take a lot of more miracles than just the Chiefs winning out to then even secure the
yeah.
7th seed.
Absolutely. And it's like I'm saying, it goes to show playing deep into season, playing these extra games, it ends up taking a toll and it looks like it might catch up to the Chiefs this season. But let's move into the nightcap on Thanksgiving. Such a random game looking at it now at the Bengals and the Ravens, but it delivered. Burrow's back and he came in a phenomenal way in this one. 261 yards and two touchdowns. He announced himself now. Look, 4-8 season, you could say it's over, but realistically, with this division, it's never over. You see I mean, we see with the Ravens right now even in that 5 game win streak going into this game, they never looked all that impressive. You also look at the Steelers, how they're looking. I mean, this division's all for the taking, and maybe 9-8 can win this division. You'll see right there with the Bengals. I mean, everyone was clicking. I already said Burrow, Jamar Chase. He's had all his frustrations recently. Right back into the mix with 110 yards on those 7 catches. Chase Brown getting somewhat into the mix with those 78 yards himself, but I mean, Burrow did not skip a beat. This whole offense did not skip a beat getting him back, and there's still a chance for them. But as for the Ravens, I already kind of touched on it. They haven't looked good even in that 5 game winning streak. And in this one, this one was the turnovers. I mean, 4 turnovers, if I'm not, no, or three or four turnovers specifically for Lamar, five as a team. I mean, this offense itself just looks a shell of its former self. We were hearing throughout the broadcast, Lamar's probably not 100% still nursing that injury, but I mean, you could tell. You could say that much. I mean, this offense just is not looking well. I mean, at least, I mean, even Derrick Henry getting into the end zone, only getting 60 yards. Your leading receiver in Isaiah Likely. I mean, nice to see him getting back into it, but it's looking alarming. They still hold on to first place in the North because the Steelers lost that we'll get into, but I don't know. The North is wide open right now.
Yeah, like we mentioned, the Ravens, they were on the rise, but at least with the Bengals, they're playing spoiler here. But like you said, this division is still wide open. Steelers and Ravens is pretty much going to be between those two teams still. But now moving it on with the Black Friday game with the Bears and the Eagles, and I should have won with the balls, man. The Bears, they pulled it off. Thank you, Chicago, even though they beat us. Thank you, because we really needed this one. After this win, the Cowboys are 1.5 games behind the Philadelphia Eagles, so the division still is up in the mix for the East. But honestly, this whole game, really big, huge credit to the Bears defense, really holding out the Eagles early on in the game there too. I mean, sure, you can be a box score or warrior on one. Jalen Hurts, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, one interception. All of that came in the second half. Excuse me, come towards garbage time, so it really wouldn't make a difference there too. The big story of this, the was really struggled for the Eagles was them containing the run game for the Bears. I mean, you look at Kyle Monangai, 130 yards, a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 125 yards, combining for over 200 yards on the ground. That's what really stopped That's what really got the Eagles more in the barrier for this one. And you're looking at Caleb Williams, pretty average stats in the pass game, but really that's what the Bears defense really stepped up. One of the top defense in the league, and you're going to Philadelphia, who has a very explosive offense when used in the correct way, obviously. And then you're looking at AJ Brown. Sure, the Eagles lost, but hey, at least he's happy, right? 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's like if AJ Brown has a game like this, the Eagles gotta lose. Pick your poison, whatever. This is what I've been noticing there too. But with this, the NFC is wide open, and the Bears definitely made a statement win against the Philadelphia Eagles, against winning the teams against, I mean, not against, beating teams above 500.
Yeah, I mean, this was arguably the Bears' toughest matchup to date. They have one of the easiest schedules of the year
Hmm.
of the league
Season.
so far, and not just I mean of the league. Yeah, getting my
Yeah.
words mixed up, but yeah, with one of the easiest schedules, this is kind of turning into that tougher part of it when like all those divisional games into the back end of it. Great way to kick it off with this win over Philly. We'll see if they can hold on to all this momentum. I mean, to think the
Hmm.
Bears are 9-3, crazy after how they looked last
Yeah.
season. But moving into this Sunday slate, this is where our picks got a little better. Looking at the Niners and the Browns, and despite all the injuries, I mean, I know they just ran into the Browns out here, but the Niners keep rolling. And I mean, it wasn't the greatest showing offensively in general. I mean, you see Brock Purdy, not the most efficient game. Well, I mean, efficient, I guess, but not a great game. Only 168 yards, a touchdown passing, a touchdown on the ground. McCaffrey kind of held in check, does get in the end zone, but still didn't crack 55 yards. Nice to see Kittle. I mean, kind of starting to stack up a couple yards just on 4 receptions, 67 yards. So there's a little bit of good and a little bit of bad through there. But regardless, I mean, with everything we know about about all these injuries the Niners been going through, just the fact. I mean, obviously, we know this kind of defense they're going up against in the Browns. So put up those 26 points was huge for them. And then just look on the other side of it. I mean, Shador. Plain and simple. I mean, he looks like a rookie quarterback making his second start. I mean, not too much more. I mean, had a nice that one nice touchdown. He does get in there, of course, pretty much the highlight of his game, just under 150 yards. It's not too much you can say, not too many good takeaways for the Browns, aside from the fact that Myles Garrett does get a sack in this game. So he is inching up there up to 19 and a half, closing in on that sack record. But the main thing, obviously, like I already said, it's the Niners still staying in the race for the NFC West.
Yeah, after the Niners do got some tough matchups ahead of them. They got the Colts, they got the Bears, and then they got the Hawks. So those three games we're going to determine whether or not, really big matchup for the Niners there too. But we'll see how that's going to be there. But really big statement, not statement, but they got a couple statements to make, coming into those three games later on in the closing the season. But moving it on back to the AFC South with the Jags and the Titans. Now this one pretty much gone how I expected. The Jags pretty much swamped the Saints, excuse me. Titans right at the water. Trevor Lawrence had himself again a consistent game. 229 yards, two touchdowns. Did get sacked three times though, but really that wasn't the issue there. Even with no run game, ETN, what the hell is going on? He's been selling me on fantasy for the past couple weeks, and somehow I'm still in playoff contention. So that's really crazy to see there too. But everything has been on the pass game, and Trevor Lawrence finally found his consistency. Jacoby Myers, who they acquired from the Raiders a couple weeks ago on the trade deadline, 90 yards, got himself in the end zone. So finally, he finally has a pretty decent quarterback for pretty decent quarterback throwing to him. So that's another good sign to see there too. But this AFC South, it's pretty much not even determined yet. The Colts, they're not looking too well. The Jags are slowly rising up. The Texans, that is a sleeper team to look at in the South there too, specifically because of their defense. That's one of the main big things for the Texans. So this AFC South, it's looking heavy between those three teams. And then with the Titans, I mean, same story all around. It's been pretty sad. Cam Ward, no help. Defense is horrible, no run game. Coaching's been, abysmal to say the least, but it's just been sad all around there too. And again, hopefully they score some steals in the draft because they're gonna need a lot of rebuilding to do for Cam Ward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we've been saying, I mean, there's the pieces around there, and we've seen some flashes, but honestly, in this one, there were no flashes. I mean, they had that nice first
Yeah.
drive, and from there, it all went to shit. So, I mean, well, like you're saying, well, you better hope. I mean, look, they're in position to get that number one pick. You better hope you hit on and get some kind of help for Cam Ward here. But let's keep it in the division. Texans, Colts. A shocker to some, but if you've been watching this Texans defense, it's no surprise that they pulled this one out 20 to 16, stifling the once top offense in the league with the Colts. Danny Dimes, I mean, he had a couple touchdown passes in this one, don't get me wrong, but I mean, he struggled. Texans offense for the most part struggled as well though. I mean, CJ Stroud, his return to the field, only one interception. I mean, with one interception, no touchdowns. 276 yards looked nice on paper, but didn't really do much with them aside from, I guess, getting into those positions. And the two touchdowns were rushing, sure, with Nick Chubb and Nico's touchdown getting in there. So they would get into positions and they would finish it off, sure. But offensively, you really still hope to see a little bit better out of this Texans team. They still look better with Davis Mills, and who's to say what could have happened, how much better this Texans team would have looked if Davis Mills was still in this position. But I mean, defensively, that's the main thing I look. I mean, holding, like I said, one of the top offenses statistically to only 16 points. That's a testament of what a trajectory this team has been on. Starting 0-3, now 7-5, arguably probably in with the chances to make the playoffs in their own hands with how they've been playing. So we'll see if they sneak in. This is a dangerous team. I'm very excited to see how they finish it off. And for the Colts, I mean, it's a free fall. It's panic time for Indy. I mean, if they don't get stuff fixed, they already lost first place in the South to the Jaguars. We'll see if they even get a playoff spot if the Texans stay on this path.
Yep, like I said, this AFC South is still pretty much up for grabs, even with Sauce Gardner with the injury as well. So that's going to take another hit on defense for them too. So, like you said, it is panic time with the Texans and the Jags on the rise. It's very looking scary sights in Indy so far. But moving on with a pretty I want to say boring. It was actually got interesting towards the end there too. But with the Saints and the Dolphins, and sure, it was a Tua Dookie show, but they still managed to pull it off thanks to their defense and Devon A-Chain. I mean, 134 yards on the ground, getting in the end zone, really helping the Dolphins get up there on the board, especially with the Saints team that, obviously, it's understatement to say not have looked good at all whatsoever. But you're looking at Tyler Shook. He had himself a game to pretty much keep the Saints in the game, giving themselves a chance. 239 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. Like I said, the Dolphins defense really came to play there too. No run game whatsoever. I mean, Devin Neal was the one up there with 47 rush yards. They're carrying the load, and then after with Tyler Shook on the receiving end there too. I mean, Devon Vele, bro, 93 yards. Got himself in the end zone as well, along with Olave in the end zone. Not too much of a show there too, but story stays the same for the Saints there too. They can keep themselves in games, but they just can't finish out. Probably for the best part for that type for that good draft pick position. But as for the Dolphins, they're 5-7 there too. They're not mad. They're not mathematically eliminated just yet, but. Without the trajectory of the AFC is going, I don't think they're getting past the Texans. I don't think they're getting past the Steelers, not even the Chiefs. So they can keep winning, right? Who knows what the heck can happen? Like we said, any given Sunday. But, you know, Devon Achane is going to be a matter of time where he's only going to be able to do so much until he's going to have to step up because 157 yards and one interception, that's not going to cut it in the long run if they're going to try and make a run to even sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't even know why the conversation would be for the Dolphins to possibly get in there, specifically with those two teams ahead of them in that division. But I
Mhm.
mean, the only real thing you gotta look at is if this keeps up, I mean, you're probably just messing with the draft position, but there is a chance that Mike McDaniel maintains a locker room and gets a reason to
Yep.
maintain that job. But let's move it on to the Falcons and the Jets. Keep those two teams in these same divisions, and I mean, you got to feel for the Falcons, man. I mean, it feels nice for me. That pick's getting a little nicer that we took from them in that draft. But I mean, call it stat sheet watchers or whatever, but I mean, they played the hell out, man. I mean, Kirk Cousins 234 yards, Bijan Robinson the touchdown, 142 yards, even Kyle Pitts having a decent game with 82. But for the most part, it was just stacking up yards and coming out empty-handed. So many punts, you get a couple missed field goals in there. I mean, you're just not finishing these drives, not finishing you're just letting your foot off the gas in the end for the Falcons. And the fact that this is against the Jets and even I mean we're not a great team regardless, doing it against Tyrod Taylor, who I mean he had a decent game for himself too, not the most efficient, but 172 yards and a touchdown. I mean the perfect game manager type game. Brees Hall, very nice play. Some point middle of the game, I'm just waffling out of it, but I just remember on red zone making a great play there. 68 yards and a touchdown for himself. But the story of this one offensively, it's your boy Christian Adonai Mitchell. Is this revenge season for Adonai Mitchell after getting traded for Sauce Gardner? I mean, 102 yards and a touchdown, really the catalyst for this win, for the most part, at least offensively, getting really being a coming out party for him. Can he be a difference maker for whichever quarterback they keep, or if they get someone in the draft? This could be one of the main building blocks for the Jets. Very nice to see him finally making some kind of a name for himself, apart from that blunder in LA a couple weeks ago. But I mean, of course, the story in the end being that Nick Folk 56 yarder to pull this win out. Not many expected the Jets to get a win this week, but I mean, for the most part, the main thing you do take away it's they're playing for Aaron Glenn well. I mean, they love playing for Aaron Glenn. Of course, it started not looking the greatest, but he's not losing the locker room. These guys love him, and I'm excited to see what he can build in the future.
Yeah, the chemistry is there. The locker room is definitely there for Aaron Glenn. So obviously, nice little morale in there. Hopefully, Adonai continues doing what he's doing. I'm still rooting for bro, but it's gonna take a lot. Falcons fans, I'm so sorry you guys always have to deal with this type of disappointment there too. But now moving on back to the NFC with more implications at stake with the Bucks and the Cardinals edging out a win by just 3 points there too. And obviously it was a tough battle. It was a very tough battle. None to say the least. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, like we said, every week he's been putting it out there, doing way better than what Kyler's been doing. I mean, 301 yards, two touchdowns. and obviously an interception right then and there. So he's been keeping this team, carrying this team on his back. He's been keeping them alive. Unfortunately, they just cannot finish out with just the little mistakes there too. And you're looking at the top receiver, McBride, 82 yards with one touchdown. He's obviously been such a great impact to this Cardinals team, even though, they haven't been winning. They're 3-9, but like I said, keeping themselves in these games, right? It's like Jacoby Brissett, any other quarterback that's not Kyler Murray, McBride gets fed, and we're seeing this here. But for the Bucks, you know, they've been on a losing streak, and this is exactly what they needed to stay to retain on top of the NFC South. With even the Panthers, they're slowly creeping their way up. They're the 10th seed right now, but that division is still up there for grabs too. But Baker, 194 yards, one touchdown. Everything's going well so far in this game. Buck Irving came back after that injury, 61 yards, so pretty nice to show there too. And then Godwin stepping up. So this was a much needed win for this Buccaneers team, especially for the losing streak. But I just want to see what they're going to be able to do against the better teams in the NFC to see if they're going to have a shot in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was huge to pull this one off because of this next game that we get into. It's my game. What a shocker. I mean, 10 points underdogs. The Panthers got it done. I mean, I can't say nothing, but I mean, all respect to Bryce Young. I mean, the duality of Bryce Young this season, he'll put a 30-point shutout, then he'll lose by 40 or something like that. But in this one, I mean, plain and simple, he balled out. I mean, against a top defense in this, the Rams defense just couldn't get any pressure. I mean, they couldn't really do anything. The run defense was awful. I mean, Chuba Hubbard, generational game for him, even Rico Dowdle getting his opportunities through and there. But the passing is, and I was touching back on the run defense. I mean, the Quinn Lake injury is going to be huge. He's one of those wild card type players in the secondary that comes in. Without that captain on the field, I mean, it was imperative seeing, I mean, you could tell he was missing, and the Rams struggled because of it. You see Bryce obviously getting the rock to Jalen Coker or Ted McMillan. Those fourth downs were critical. And of course, the guy I was glazing last week, Emmanuel Forbes, the duality of him. I mean, getting cooked on both fourth down plays, four touchdowns. Just just unfortunate. I mean he can bounce back, no worries, but I mean he was the difference maker for the Panthers in this one. But I mean, as for the Rams, I mean Matthew Stafford, this game doesn't hurt him too much in that MVP agenda, considering one of those interceptions was a batted ball. The second one was the Romaine one, that pick six, which really kind of swung this game. The fumble didn't look great, but apart from that, really the offense was humming. I mean, Devontae, of course, those two touchdowns. Blake Corum, a career game. Xavier Smith, he had 90 yards on the season, gets 82 in this game. So, I mean, great signs from the offense. This defense is just gonna have to pick it up. I mean, still one of the best in the league, but letting the Panthers punch you in the mouth, it's a little alarming, but we'll see how they move on in Arizona.
Yeah, obviously, this is another crazy thing to see. Because of that, you guys did lose the one seed to the Bears there too.
The
But
Bears of all teams.
the Bears of all teams getting the one seed, but it was definitely again still another statement win for the Panthers. But I'm really not too worried about the Rams after this. But now moving on, staying with the West, another division with your guys is with the Seahawks and the Vikings. And wow, let's just say poor Vikings. I mean Brosner, excuse me, getting the first start. Four picks. I mean, that's not something you want to see. It's pretty disappointing knowing how great Seattle's defense is. But when you're looking at Seattle, the offense really wasn't doing anything. I mean, Sam Darnold just clocked in 128 yards, Kenneth Walker 56 on the ground, and then AJ Barner leading the receiving end with 35 yards. Jason held to
Jason only
23.
23 on two
Jason,
catches.
like, that breaks my heart. But I mean, all credit to that Seahawks defense. I mean, all the turnovers, the pick six, everything was clicking the way on defense. Jason Myers was really the MVP here on offense, getting the field goals up there too. But none of the least, we see what Seattle can do. They're 9-3. We know what they can do against these struggling teams. But again, same question for as one of these teams in the league. I still want to see what they're going to be able to do against the better teams above 500 because that's going to determine whether or not they're going to make a huge run in the playoffs. And one of the big questions, that's all going to rely on Sam Darnold.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think we expected any other kind of result. I mean, if nine couldn't get it done, I don't think anyone expected Brosmer to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Seahawks are right on our tail, tied for it just because of that tiebreaker. It's gonna come down to week 16 if we don't see some other results, but we'll really get into that. But the Bills and the Steelers. Another result that, I mean, realistically, I mean, you could say wasn't in doubt, but the Bills have been struggling. They were hungry for this game and they came and balled out. I mean, What a response for this offense, period. I mean, Josh Allen, only 123 yards, but it was an efficient 123. That interception, sure, early on, it hurts, but the defense was balling out. I mean, you got a, a scoop and score and an interception in back-to-back drives. Aaron Rodgers just couldn't get anything going. He himself, obviously, only 117 yards. The run game only 35 for Jalen Warren as the leading rusher, and 45 yards for Darnell Washington as a leading receiver with 2 catches. I mean, the Bills defense just stifled them, and that was all she wrote for them. But offensively, the Bills too. I mean, James Cook, 144 yards, huge game for him. Really was the catalyst to keep this offense going. The only thing that you still look at, and it's been the concern for the whole season and for a couple seasons, it's this receiving game for the Bills. I mean, sure, Keon Coleman finally got back into the end zone in his return to the field, but your leading receiver was James Cook, only 33 yards. I mean, we need somebody to step up. Is it going to be Keon Coleman now that he's back? Is it going to be anyone else? I mean, the Bills are going to need someone to really be a real contender in the playoffs, and we see, they're not catching the Patriots, so they're going to have to go on the road in the postseason, and we'll see what they can get done.
Yeah, there's got to be another difference maker other than Josh Allen, like he says. Whether it's one of the receivers, James Cook's been carrying the load there too. But obviously, this game really showed that someone on that offense is gonna have to step up because that defense, I'm not trusting it too much. But moving on with the AFC West, the Chargers and the Raiders. Now, once again, this is exactly how it is when you play the Raiders. You don't expect as much from the Chargers, but you're looking at the offense with Justin Herbert, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, just one interception, and now the bigger question is to Rise. He did get surgery on his hand, which is his non-throwing hand, so his left. So hopefully he can still run it out because now you're looking at this AFC. This AFC starting to heat up just a little bit. It's not too strong, but it's starting to heat up just a little bit there too. Other than Herbert and this and that, the defense. The run game is what really showed out for the Chargers team. I mean, Cami Vidal, 126 yards, punching in for a touchdown as well. That was really another nice difference maker for the Chargers team as well. Everything else on the receiving end there, Malama McConkey, 39 yards, led the team with 1 touchdown. Nothing, excuse me, nothing too flashy there too. But Herbert, that's really the only criticism I'm gonna have is that hand and how well that's gonna really deteriorate him come forward. But again, you're looking at the Raiders side. So sorry, Raiders fans, you guys have to deal with Geno Smith. 165 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Oh, a little bit better there too. But at the end of the day, it must really hurt being a Raiders fan and then still seeing Jency only get 31 yards, no online, not generating any running game, and then Geno Smith is your quarterback. That's just a really tough sight to see. But going back again to the Chargers, we'll see what Justin Herbert and the status is going to be with that hand because now we got some tough matchups ahead of them to see what that is with the seed positions in the AFC West.
Yeah, obviously we see because in the AFC West, the Broncos keep rolling. I mean, sure, it wasn't a pretty win, let's just be honest, heading to Washington, only winning by one in overtime, but I mean, overtime they stepped up. I mean, throughout the game, I mean, wasn't the greatest. Didn't I mean, just weren't able to to put this game away. Let Washington stay in this one. Marcus Mariota, I mean, for what it's worth, hasn't looked great in his backup stint, but he got it done in this one. I mean, to get 294 yards and 2 touchdowns, really making up after that interception to keep this one in the game. And surprise, surprise, being your leading rusher for this. And I mean, usually a detriment, but he kept them in the game with that. I mean, old man Mariota still running around there, but I mean, Bo Nix was able, even in an ugly game, to still get 321 yards. That interception did prove a little costly and only getting 1 touchdown. But I mean, in the receiving game, Evan Ingram and Cortland Sutton were able to be difference makers. Really, I mean, Evan Ingram really being a revelation, getting those 79 yards, no one over 100, but still making a difference regardless. RJ Harvey's 2 touchdowns, the eventual game winner in overtime being that one too. And I mean, sure, only 35 yards, still doing what he had to do. Now, in overtime, the difference maker was Nick Bonito. After the Commanders get that touchdown, they go for two. You either win it or you lose it right there. And Nick Bonito gets in Mariota's face to put it away. I mean, he has to be Pro Bowler, all pro type player. He was second year All Pro last year. He's coming for first team All Pro. I mean, Bonito's easily been one of the stalwarts of this Broncos defense. And when you look now on the other side for the Commanders, I mean, this makes it 7 losses in a row now, but you finally see them kind of finding some cohesion. Now, you might get Jaden Daniels. in a couple weeks. I mean, if he still has a chance. I mean, season's relatively over, but I mean, you got to find something to build on moving forward.
Yeah, the whole season for the Commanders, with the Jaden Daniels injury early in the start, early just went up unfortunate with them. Same with the Broncos. It's unfortunate they're up there 10-2, but majority of the games this season and their wins they have been down, so they're gonna have to make a statement,
But they're
along down the
winning
line
at
there
the end
too.
of the day. I
But
mean, it's not
exactly, they're
pretty, but
winning.
they're winning.
They're winning, and that's all that matters at this point. The only time it's going to matter even more is come playoff time. But excuse me again, closing it out with the Monday Nighter, the Giants against the Patriots, and this pretty much panned out exactly how everyone expected to be. Drake May having himself another heater, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns. It started off a little slow, but they started getting back up. And then Trayvon Henderson, he's finally getting in the mix, 67 yards. Everything's been clicking for him as well. Finally getting the right variables. Like, oh hey, we finally know how to use you. There you go, get going, right? So that's another great sign to see. And Drake May, the Hunter Henry connection, still finally heating up as well. Didn't get in the end zone, but still found his way though to get his target. Keishon Boutte did get in the end zone though, so another one of the other guys on the receiving end there too. But I still want to see more step up from the receiving core down the line. I'm not gonna really expect Hunter Henry to be the main guy for Drake May going in forward more come playoff time. And then their defense, once again, still showing out. It is against the Giants, but it's still a great showing. As for Jackson Dart, just 139 yards, 1 touchdown, rough showing. I mean, it's the Patriots defense. I can't blame them too much there. O-line only allowed 2 sacks. So really wasn't a huge issue on that part there too. But, the receiving end, the run game, Singletary did clock in 68 yards, which was something, but really wasn't enough for Jackson Dart in the whole to really get in the mix of past this Patriots defense. Because we don't know how it is, but the Patriots 11-2, top of the AFC East, and the number one seed.
Yeah. I mean, so far, I mean, say what you want about their record, but at the end of the day, like we're saying, they're winning the games. I mean, you could be
Yep.
losing these games against poor teams. They're winning them. I mean, that's the most important thing,
Mhm.
plain and simple. But I mean, yeah, that wraps it up. The Patriots hold on to that number one seed in the East. And let's look at how our predictions fared. I mean, 10-6, not too bad, especially considering how horribly we started out those first four games. I mean, you got that one disagreement because you still believed in the Cowboys and it paid off for you. I went with the Texans against the Colts. That was mine to even it out. I mean, we're at 128 and 66, and you're at 122, 72. So I mean, we're maintaining. We're maintaining. I'm up by 6 on you so far. We'll see how you can close that gap as the season closes. But that's pretty much gonna do it for us here for week 13. Thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to find us on Titan Radio Thursday morning for Bean Talk.